Alright, round 2. Yeah, I guess we'll keep this hand. Don't have a ton going on early, but got scattered to the winds, which could be good for us. Ruination Guide was a good draw. Okay. No 2-drop. Demon's Grasp. Okay. I don't think we're going to leave up Scatter to the winds. Not next turn. We're going to play the guide. No 3-drop either. Okay. Coral Home Guide. Well, that would have been better last turn. Call the Scions. Got it. All right, now we definitely want to leave up Scatter to the winds, since he's at big fat fatty status at this point. So let's play another blue mana here, and then we'll just pass. I don't really want to trade a Ruination Guide for a couple Scion tokens. And if I didn't have the counterspell, I'd probably be more willing to attack there. So he's probably got a pump spell. Well, we've got the counter, so I guess I am going to block. All right. We'll counter it. Snapping Gnarlid. So I guess I could Demon's Grasp that and then get in for 3 in Jest. Doesn't seem absolutely necessary, but this thing attacks for 3. 3 cards left in my opponent's hand. I do have Bone Splinters for the next big threat. I kind of want to ingest. Alright, I think we'll pay our 5 and get in some damage and ingest here. If I didn't have the Bone Splinters, I'd probably be a bit more hesitant. That still dies. Doesn't it? Yeah, that didn't work. All right. Mistake on our opponent's part. Pretty costly one. Get rid of a forest. Well, basically helped our opponent out there, didn't we? This spawning bed looks insane, by the way, with Ruination Guide. Don't even have to let him know about the spawning bed just yet. Oh, ingest number 2. Oh my god. That is quite the card to hit. Jeez. That's pretty bonkers. Woodland's pretty awesome for the old landfall. Looks like he's just deck thinning. Okay. Makes sense. Let's play his spawning bed now. Get in for 5. And pass. Gruesome Slaughter. What does this one do? Oh, yeah. Doesn't seem that great in his deck. All right. So opponent made a mistake. Pretty costly one, but we made a pretty costly mistake in match 1. So I imagine quite a few mistakes are going to happen early on in this format. I mean, we already have the outs to Omnath, which is nice. How big is Omnath again? I probably should have just looked. He's a 5/5, right? He is, in fact, a 5/5. So I've already got 3 outs for him, main deck. Seems like enough. And I've got the Scatter to the Winds as well. Don't really have a sideboard plan yet. I don't think Miasma is necessary until I see some more. And everything else seems like I don't need it. So let's just try game 2 here. Yeah, this hand's just fine. Just fine. Got a 2-drop play. Overseer with Spawning Bed seems very good. Jadi Offshoot. Well, we're not that aggressive, so I guess I'm not overly concerned about that. Although then we draw. We actually have. I say that, but then we actually have like a fairly aggressive hand. But that's not a big deal. The Gouldraz Overseer is a great late game plan. Definitely makes me want to hold on to swamps. So I may actually preemptively play the Spawning Bed just to hold swamps for as long as possible. Pilgrim's Eye is a good draw. Can find us yet another swamp. Although it looks like I guess we have 3 double blue. I probably should find another island. Guess we can. No, we don't need to swing, especially since he's got the pump. Seems unnecessary. Okay. So using Swell of Growth as a mana ramp, which I don't think is actually that great. Because it basically was a 2 mana. I mean, that guy's pretty big. He does have trample, but Paul's got 2 cards left. I mean, basically the way he played it was 2 mana, put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield, which really isn't that great. Okay, so now we can find another swamp, which is good. So let's go ahead and do that. So now we basically just want to draw removal. Or an incubator drone to ramp us to our Overseer. Overseer could be very good. All right, take a little bit of punishment here. We can take a hit from that for a little while. That does have a good landfall effect. Ooh, a little Ruination Guide never hurt no one. Yeah, that's a real nice draw, actually. We're going to play a Spawning Bed. I mean, I guess we have to play a Swamp eventually anyway, so to actually play Overseer. So, all right, I guess we'll keep the Spawning Bed one more turn. A mystery, but we're going to play Ruination Guide, and we still get to swing back for at least 2, which is good. Very close to our Overseer, which is going to look really good. So if he doesn't make a landfall, we can make a trade. He did make landfall. But we still can swing with Guide currently. Although I guess if he attacks with Blister Pod, maybe that's, yeah, okay. It looks like he wants to get the mana out of that. So we're just going to take 6, which is okay. I think he wanted that. Ooh. Well, we are going to swing with everything. If he plays an instant speed creature, I can use the guide. Well, I don't have a post-combat play, so I guess we just protect the guide. He can kill Sludge Crawler or Coral Helm Guide, and I think I'm okay with that, but I want to keep my Ruination Guide. So double ingest, which is actually nice for our processor. Wouldn't mind getting rid of, Invoker and Scour from Existence. Wouldn't mind getting rid of Omnath, but it could be the last card in his hand. Hopefully not. All right, Gnarlid, which is beatable. No land play. Taking 4, going to 7. Which is not terrible. Complete disregard. Well, we can take care of the Rumbler, not Rambler. But I think we're going to play the Overseer here, and then next turn we just get the Processor and gain a ton of life. So if he plays the Woodland that can double pump, we're going to have to do a bit of blocking, chump blocking, to preserve our life total. This would become 7, so that's okay. Okay, so he just wants to get to his 6 drop, which could be the Omnath. Actually, Omnath is 7. I think we're just going to block it. I've got a processor coming up. Yeah, we're just going to block. He can play something here. I just don't feel like I have enough life total to really hang out. So what's he got? 3 basic land cards. Put him on. That doesn't really do much with. You might have wanted to wait till next turn to do that. Might have made some more sense. I mean, that would have actually been brutal next turn. Now we get to just slam a swamp, bash for a trillion. And by a trillion, I mean not a trillion, but a decent amount. We're not going to swing with the Ruination Guide still, too, but that's okay. So let's just, part the Water Veil, too, huh? We still want to do Processor first, I think. Actually, no, I guess we just want to do Water Veil, don't we? And then Process. Okay. So let's play our Swamp. Let's bash for that. Let's do part the water veil. Take an extra turn. Oh my god, another swamp. Sick. We're going to let him trade here. Taking it. Gruesome slaughter again. Now we're going to slam processor. And he can get back Invoker into his graveyard. We gain some life and pass. All right. Got the match. Got to play Overseer pretty well there. I mean, Overseer did play well for us, legitimately. We had good value that game. Our opponent made, I would say, multiple mistakes throughout the two games. So game one, he should have definitely not played Swell of Growth. He just didn't calculate it right, and it just punished him really bad. But game two, our opponent could have just straight up killed us had he waited. If he'd waited till that next turn to do this, this thing would have been a 9/9 Trampler and a 5/5. We may not have died, but we would have taken a ton of damage. Regardless, opponent made a couple mistakes, and we drew relatively well, I would say. So, all right, we'll see you in the finals, or round 3, I should say.